It's Thursday, April the 10th. I'm Scott Sexsmith, and this is Today in the Soo, our daily podcast from SooToday.com, brought to you by Outspoken Brewing, featuring dollar wings on Wednesdays and live music tomorrow night and every Friday from 9 to 11 p.m. Outspoken Brewing, 350 Queen Street East. Sault Ste. Marie Police Service announcing the seizure of more than $300,000 in drugs and half a dozen firearms as the result of a joint forces operation in partnership with the OPP. A total of 225 charges were laid in Project Kentucky, a 5-month investigative effort made possible through funding from Ontario and the Ministry of the Solicitor General that resulted in an estimated $317,000 in illicit substances being seized by police. James Hopkin breaks it all down, including the grocery list of names and charges. Ward 3 Councillor Angela Caputo faced a lot of questions last night after admitting to a Downtown Association board meeting that the city really has no plan for what to do with the downtown it took over earlier this week. At the end of this year, the member-funded DTA will be dissolved. David Helwig with the latest on this story today. Internal emails from Sault College leadership revealing that 4 staff members primarily involved in international student recruitment are no longer employed by the school. In an internal email shared with Sault Today from multiple sources, the college's executive leadership made staff aware of some recent changes. Read Kenneth Armstrong today to get all of the details, including the 4 involved and their positions at the college. You may have been one of the 50 to get a free chicken sandwich on Monday when Mary Brown's opened here in the Soo. And if you were there yesterday morning, you may have noticed something odd on the TV screens that normally display the menu. For a brief period of time, the digital displays said, "Stand for Humanity, Stand for Palestine." Soo Today editor Brandon Walker has the latest on that story today. The Sault Airport saw an uptick in passenger traffic last month when compared to March of last year. That's according to the latest stats from the Sault Ste. Marie Airport Development Corp., which says about 13,300 passengers traveled through the airport in March of this year. That's up from about 12,800 passengers in the same month last year, or an increase of just under 4%. The Sault Cycling Club is seeking community support for a vital project, completing the Farmer Lake Trail system. Trail construction at Hiawatha Highlands has been underway since 2021, made possible by initial funding sourced from Tourism Sault Ste. Marie. Now, the final phase, closing the loop, is in the hands of the Sault Cycling Club, and they need our help to bring it across the finish line. For as little as $12, you can play an important part in peddling this initiative forward. Jasmine Rowley with details on site on how you can help out today. In sports, the Greater Sudbury Cubs beating the Sault Thunderbirds last night 5-0 to clinch the series and advance to the NOJHL Finals. Sudbury will play the winner of the Hearst-Timmins series. Hearst, by the way, leading that series 3-1 with Game 5 tomorrow night in Hearst. Sault and area weather, a mix of sun and cloud today, high of 6. Partly cloudy tonight, low -7, and more sunshine tomorrow, high of 7 degrees. That's all for Today in the Soo. Download or subscribe wherever you get your favorite podcast to make sure you never miss an episode. Today's show produced by Derek Turner. Today in the Soo brought to you by Outspoken Brewing. You can check them out today at 350 Queen Street East. Thanks for listening. Have a great Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.